Oh. Hi everyone, and welcome to the show. We're just getting started, and I hope to show you a lot more today. Let's change over to our main set. Alright, we're in our main set here. And I'm trying again to show you a little more of the digital design process. We're going to be taking the image that I created yesterday and turn it first into a Vroid model before I actually turn it into an actual doll. This will allow me to see how I like the outfit that I'm designing and test out all the posability and such before I actually take it over into the doll modeling section. So let's bring up a few things. So I'm able to show you a bit of behind the scenes of Vroid. Right now I have my actual model of Kida basically made up. I took an existing model, one of the sample ones, and just adjusted a few things like the skin tone, the hair color, and just changed the eyes so the eyes actually are matching the model that I'm using right now. So right now I'm showing you the process of actually marking up the Vroid model. So I use the mirror tool in order to get things nice and even. I zoom in close nice on the model and be able to carve out the sections that I want. So I'm using the erase tool and clear away what I don't want from the actual texture in order to show the bare skin underneath, because I kind of want a sweetheart neckline for this kimono style top. It's kind of a neat one that I found and reminiscent of the overlay, but we'll be able to do the nice clean décolletage of the neck. So right now I'm using the erase tool and trying to get it nice and clean. And this allows me also to see how things will play. I know that Vroid textures and fabric are a little bit different, but this will help me figure out the overall styling before I actually set about doing the fabric, the paints, everything else for the doll needed for the collaboration that I'm actually making. This is just a good way to test things out, and once I'm done I'll be able to take pictures of it, put it onto the actual sample outfit, flat pack or flat printed outfit, so I can print it flat on to fabric and then cut it out and assemble it. Of course I won't be able to get the same glowing effect that I do in Vroid, but it'll at least be a little more interesting. So here I'm just clearing a few things away. The erase tool is really handy when you want to clear things away on the textures. And then get this nice clean edge for when you take it into like Photoshop, Affinity Photo like I do. And then do a much better job, but you can actually see how the outlines of the dress would look like without having to take it out or take it out of the Vroid program, do all the polish. Just getting a rough idea is what I'm doing first. Of course, it's a little hard to see with the hair in place, so I think one thing that I could do next time is actually hide the hair when I go to do the clothes, so I can actually mark them up a little bit better. But this does give me a rough idea of what the neckline would look like, the edges of the dress. Just getting a few things nicely set. Now I gotta admit, I would like to speed up this video source because it's going a little too slow for my taste, so we're going to just pump it up a little bit faster. Oh, looks like I restarted the video. Oh well. I'm still just learning this system, but it is getting a little bit better each time. So I'm grateful for all you sticking with me as I try something new. Yeah, that's speeding up the video nicely. It's more in real time now. Gotta love those notifications that keep popping up. Going to have to do something about that when I go to stream. But yeah, here just showing what can be done in Vroid Studios. It's not as easy to do the really fine detail like you see on the outfit of my model that I'm working with now. All this fine detail actually had to be done in a photo editor and then reassembled in Vroid Studio. But you can make all sorts of neat things. Right now I'm trying to build an Idol kimono top. So of course the upper portion is going to be nice and clear. It's going to be a sweetheart neckline. The sleeves are actually going to be detached from the outfit, or at least in appearance, that's what it'll look like. I'll have to figure out how I can cinch it in on the actual model, because right now I'm not too sure on that. There's only apparently so much you can do in Vroid Studio, and learning the limitations of it is the fun part of it. But you can make some interesting models like what I've got here, including adding some earrings and some cute accessories like the hat. So yeah, I really wanted to do African skin tone type of model next, because you actually don't see too many of them. It was hard enough for me to just find an African skin tone doll that I can use in order to showcase off my designs. And I love the coloring of the African Americans or African skin tones. They're just so rich and nice. Look really good against like cool hair tones. It's a nice contrast. Whereas the white skin, like it's on my model, actually looks a lot better with warmer hair tones. Right now I look very cool. But it all depends on what you're going for. Me, I love seeing contrast. So actually placing a dark skinned person in a lighter clothing as well looks so nice and so elegant. So I really wanted to try to do a darker skin tone model. And I actually really like the character Kida. She's she's got quite a personality herself. I think what I liked best about Kida was um, the way that she wasn't actually offended about her age. How she was many thousand years older than Milo in Disney's Atlantis. She had this calm, um, you could say motherly effect too. But I loved the contrasting blues against her warm skin tone. It was such a pleasing look. I can't describe how well I liked it. Uh, As you can see on the screen right now, I've gone to the point where I'm just erasing certain areas, cleaning things up in Vroid Studio. And it's slowly disappearing from the actual texture file. But I'll take it into the actual photo editor to apply all the repeat pattern, the details that I want, including putting in the actual script. Because I want to, on the kimono top, along the baseline of the skirt, I want to put, excuse me, the key phrase that Kida says, which is, if these outsiders can unlock the secrets of our past, perhaps we can save our future. I want to put that actually in the design and actually write it in Atlantean script. So you can now see that I've pulled away from the actual model and checking all sides, just trying to get the cut of the actual texture for the kimono top sitting just right. Of course, there's only so much that can be done. Of course, I still have to mark it up where all the actual seam lines will be, the opening closure, and of course where the obi, which is the large fabric belt in kimono style dresses. But right now I'm just spinning the model to make sure that it actually looks a bit good in all directions. Looks like I got my hair stuck here. Oh well. It's kind of fun. It's kind of coming off a bit. Oh. Nope. Can't wiggle it out of place. Oh well, we'll just have to work with it. So on the screen, I'm just checking things out, making sure from all visibilities that things looks good on the actual Vroid model before I apply all the fun parts. The fun parts will definitely be what I want to do, like applying the script, adding the characters. Let's see, I think I wanted to add like the heads of the previous kings of Atlantis. So I'll have to take some screenshots from the actual movie and see if I can trace that out. Because I just want the line work. And that'll be something for tomorrow's show. Here I look to be painting up. Yeah, looks like I'm in the midst of painting up the actual lines. I'm using the mirror tool to make sure that the line work on both sides looks even. But just painting in the details I want. I'm kind of thinking of a cross that goes in front, across the décolletage of the model. So the upper chest. That connects to the neckband. So I imagine when I actually do this as a doll, that area will probably be cut out and put a mesh in behind in order to hold it all in place. You can see that I've zoomed in a little bit on the model in order to get things in position. Just so I can get all the markings that I want in place. So, doing this as live as I can. There's only so much I can do live, but I'm grateful to do this much. Got all the line works in place, and pretty much that's all the marking up that needs to be done on the actual model. Now I'll have to take this over into the photo editor, which is Affinity Photo that I use, because I do it on my iPad. And we'll take it from there. You'll be able to see the process tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed what I was able to present to you today. So I want to Thank you for tuning in. I'll be streaming again tomorrow with a little bit more of the process of creating my idol version of Kida in Vroid Studio. And then